Hi, Taurus. Spirit says it's time to do the unexpected. And you know, this new moon is a rare new moon. Actually, this whole year has been rare. Like everything that's happened cosmically isn't a normal occurrence. It's different. And this new moon in Virgo is rare. It's a blood moon. It's different. It's very rare. And so Spirit says it's time to do the unexpected. This is all about your happiness. You open up with the nine of cups, right? One more cup. That's all you need. This is about your happiness. But in order to get this, you have to do something unexpected. This is what I'm getting. King or Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, her sword is up. This is a king or queen that is aware. They're very intellectual. They're alert. Also, the King or Queen of Swords does research. They find out more information. They get with a mentor, somebody who is in the field they want to pursue. They get connected. Okay. This could involve, with the King or Queen of Swords, always a legal case or some type of hearing, court case, something like that. Yeah, because they will hire a lawyer in a minute, right? They will find out whatever it is that they need to know. So that's the Queen of Swords. I feel like somebody is aware that they need to do something in order to be happy, or to ensure their happiness, or that things work out for them. Again, I'm feeling some type of court order. This is a winners, losers, a fight with the Five of Swords, conflict, all of that, constant disagreement with others. There's a few people here, as many as 5 it could involve. Doesn't have to be that many, but there's at least 3. Again, you have something telling you about doing the unexpected. But it takes courage. It takes confidence. It takes you being a fool, acting like a fool. And this is the Fool card, first card in the Tarot. A major arcana. God says, let's go on a journey. You know, it's time to do something new. You always say this, you always say that. This is what he's saying to me. You know, okay, what are you willing to do about it? Okay. Yeah, because it requires you stepping out on faith, stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something out of the ordinary. Right. Okay. Some of you feel you're going to be sabotaged, or you are sabotaging yourself. I'm kind of feeling that here, because we open up with the 9 of Cups, which is all about our happiness, being successful at us providing our own happiness, satisfying ourselves. That's our job, right? But the 7 of Swords is deception, lies, either listening to what people tell us, or us telling ourselves we can't do it, or we're not qualified, we're not enough, or some way talking ourselves out of it, or allowing ourselves to be talked out of it. Because really with the 7 of Swords, right, that's that external noise, and you have a choice on whether or not you're going to entertain that. It's time to do the unexpected. That's what Spirit is saying. 6 of Swords. You got a lot of swords. So you've been thinking about this for a while. Not only that, your intuition has been communicating to you. A lot of swords here. A lot of mental prisons. Oh my God. And this is near future energy. A lot of thinking, and you don't come out of it. It almost sabotages us, because when we do everything in our mind, but we don't bring it to reality, we're not happy usually. Because think about what occupies your mind the most. But then you're not able to complete it. You're not able to do it. You're not able to acquire it. Drives you crazy. So I see a lot of mental anguish. But you know, the Queen of Swords, it's like your first thought. And that's who the Queen of Swords or King of Swords is. It stands. So you make it through the deception. And that could be external with the Five of Swords, coming from others. But then you still have to change your mindset and do the unexpected. Do something that you're not familiar with. Something that you're not comfortable with. You've thought about it for eons. With all these damn swords, you've been thinking about this for a long time. So this is definitely about action. About action. You know, I remember when I was doing this, and I come from a computer background, I came up with all the excuses to God. I don't know how to shuffle, and I don't know what all these cards mean. How do I study this, you know? Child, I was coming up with all these excuses. That's kind of what I'm feeling you're doing here. And it's just time to take some action to do. It's time to do. Right? Because that's what's going to bring you this happiness. It's going to bring you in balance. It's going to just bring a calmness to you. Tell me more. What is it? Do you want to tell? Do you want to tell, Taurus, what it is? What is this about, Spirit? Do you want to tell? He said, I'm going to do everything upright. Queen of Swords again, though. You know. The Queen of Swords knows. I mean, she's not stupid. Maybe she still has to get some more information on it. Maybe she still has more things to figure out. But that's why Spirit was saying, when you're in the King or Queen of Swords energy, you start to pay attention to those who have what you want, right? So you become a student, right? And in both of these cards, the Queen of Swords, her sword is upright. Here she got two swords, right? So you're very much aware of whatever I'm talking about. I mean, you and Spirit have talked about this ad nauseum, I hear, in depth. And that's why it took me back to me doing something totally new, like reading cards. I'm like, okay. But this is it. This is something you're being told to do. And it is so funny. You know, you're calling, we're like, I don't think that. But that is really your happiness. It makes you happy. You know, it makes you feel good. You know it's something you're supposed to be doing. Again, we have the Five of Swords again. Wow. And I'm calling them out in the same position. The Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. Something has got to change here with 5. But also you have 2 Five of Swords. So the 10. That's a 10. Man, you're sabotage. If you were all up in your head, that is not a place to be. The 7 of Swords twice when I said that. Whoa. Self-sabotage. I feel that for you because, Taurus, you know your value. You know your worth. So you know you can do it. but you're talking yourself out of it, or you're thinking, stinking thinking, I'm hearing. Oh, yeah, it's time for you to take a step, Page of Pentacles, under this new moon. And I think taking this step, putting action to all of these thoughts, you may have written this down, and you've done everything you need to do. Some of you have done everything. You've done the research. You know, you have... it's just about taking the action. So why is Taurus? They don't know where to start. Seven of Cups. There's a lot of ways you could go. Okay, so maybe this is the time where you find that mentor, right? And you say, well, how did you start? What path did you go down, right? Okay. What is stopping Taurus from doing the unexpected? Why are they all in their head? Why all these swords? Yeah, Eight of Wands. Because you need to hear this readings. This is communication from Spirit directly to you. I like this deck because the Eight of Wands really has a whole bunch of paintbrushes, symbolizing, you know, all the different things that we can do to get ourselves out of a stagnant situation and to move forward. You're going to receive communication from your intuition, from Spirit. Some of you need to, and this is hard because Taurus knows their value, their worth. And sometimes we forget. We do. We forget, especially when we have to start over. You know, when we have to do something that we have never done before. There's fear, doubt. Yeah, we talk ourselves out of it. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing here. But Spirit says it's time to heal that. It's time, because this is going to make you happy. The Fool is here. And you got the Page of Pentacles. That this is the new start, a new opportunity. The Star. That's Aquarian energy, Uranus. That tells you to do the unexpected. Oh my God, it does. Twice you're being told that. And also you're being reminded you are a star. You are so unique. We're all unique. And your uniqueness is what is going to be successful here. Maybe it involves communication. Maybe it involves communication with all these stars. Maybe you're a great communicator. You're very analytical or something like that. What's going on with Taurus Spirit chakra? Sacral chakra. Yeah. This is regarding your desires. The desires of your heart, your wants, creative ideas, giving birth to something new. And you got Queen energy here. That's all about giving birth, right? The Queen. Starting something new. Wow. You have the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So this could be very lucrative too. This would make you happy, doing something unexpected. I don't know what it is. What is it that you and Spirit have been talking about? Leave me a comment. It has something to do with your creative side. Voiceovers. I don't know. Maybe you sing. I don't know what it is, but so many swords. And you are a star. There is some stardom there. Wait a minute. Not the Queen of Pentacles. She gets paid. She gets paid for her services. Definitely. I see you as the Nine of Pentacles, able to afford your own. Take care of yourself. I'm going to stay with this. Tell me more. For Taurus. About the unexpected in terms of work, and then we'll pivot to love. You need a step-by-step plan of attack. Strategy is what is most important now. This step-by-step plan of attack, especially under Virgo, this new moon in Virgo, you want to write that down, right? You want to have your plan written down and get the advice of someone who has already obtained what you want. I'm telling you. It says that. That's what I've been telling you. You ask, all you could do is ask. All they could do is say no. But, you're going to find somebody that's going to say yes, because Spirit wants you to do this. Excuse me, that's the difference, right? When Spirit wants you to do something, He provides. He has, you ask around and you watch. Or put yourself out there. Let it be known this is what you like to do. You'd like to, meet up with somebody that you can bounce things off of. Yeah, Spirit says, see, now is the time to really figure out what you want to do. Knowing what you don't like will show you what you truly love. And I feel like some of you are reflecting about that. But a lot of reflection, too much reflection here. Spirit says it's time to play. You see the chessboard there? And he's talking about playing chess too, no checkers. It's time for you to make a move. It's time. That's the first two words. It's time to do. Doing is action. The unexpected. Also, you have Uranus here. The unexpected. And it's sanctioned. You have the Fool. It's approved. It's gonna be successful. Some of you have been going through a lot of ups and downs, and that maybe shadows your brilliance. Woof. I'm telling you, Taurus, you got some power here. And the past is the past. Spirit said, take time to revisit the past to figure out what you don't like and what you like. What he is saying about this unexpected thing that you're supposed to do is that your work has the potential. It has a lot of potential. Based on where you're now, I feel like there's stagnation now with the Seven of Swords at the center. And you got the Seven of Swords twice. Lot of swords. I mean, so many swords. It's like it's time to listen to your intuition and take those steps. There's hope. There is hope. And you're going to discover your own genius. That is what is so cool about this. Taking this step, the Fool's step, to pursue your happiness. When you do the unexpected, it shows your brilliance somehow. Maybe whatever it is, the idea is brilliant. That's why sometimes Satan puts all these swords. Or maybe somebody's working on you to keep you in a state of... Why do I say that? Because there are outside forces. Yeah. Outside forces. Unknown figures are driving the situation, and you may not be able to control the outcome. And if that's the case, in your case, Taurus, because that's not for everybody, that's specific. But this cycle is coming to an end, definitely. The Five of Swords twice. 10. It's a 10. So this will soon shift and you will be okay. And that does not impede you or stop you from doing the unexpected right now. So I feel like lead in your boots, like somebody, their feet are stuck to the ground, like they are just They fantasize about it. They have all these illusions about this, that, but nobody's taking action. But I see you have a choice. This is the new beginning of this full moon in Virgo. To write that step-by-step plan and then to take action on it. Spirit says baby steps. You see all these little steps? Right. But what's the next word? Progress. They make progress. Can't be afraid. It seems like a long slog, but your efforts will pay off soon. Taurus. Stay on course for at least a few more months before making any changes. Spirit's been telling everybody, because you may not see the harvest yet. But, you know, when think of the Seven of Pentacles, all of the growth that happens underneath, you can't see that. But that doesn't mean that nothing's happening. You will be making progress just by taking one step in the right direction. Tell me about love. You know, I got to talk about love for Taurus. Because it's like once we get ourselves together, then it seems like everything else follows suit. Oh. Clear your energy. Some of you gotta let go. Some of you, there's somebody they've outstayed theirs. Like they should have been gone a while ago. They outstayed their welcome. They should have been gone. But Spirit's telling you to release your ex. Okay. What else? Once Taurus releases, what else is coming here? Your life then ascends. And that's exactly kind of what I feel. Once you get out of this stagnant energy, you know, you could have somebody around you that's very stagnated. And, you know, stagnated people, right? Like, they're always naysayers. They never visualize. They don't have any vision. Whereas the King and Queen of Swords, and you got the Queen of Swords twice, is a visionary. You know, so somebody may not be on course with you, but Spirit is like, so... Oh, okay. But you need to that's why his other card here where he said strategy, right? Get the advice of someone who's already where you want to go. That's the answer. That's the answer. Pray on that. Okay, Spirit, provide that for Taurus, please. Thank you. Yeah. Disconnect from the world. I feel that you are in a transitional state, the Taurus that I'm talking to. Things are changing for you personally. You're trying to discover what you really want to do, and then you need to do it. And I think that causes everything to change with you. That's my recommendation. I hope that helped. All right, Spirit. Final card for Taurus. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment. Slow down. 0404. And that's what that strategy is about. Taking measured steps. Slow steps, right? Spirit says you can take little steps. And that does lead to major progress. So get in balance. Remain hopeful with the star. Know that your angel guides and spirit guides are around you. You don't have to feel pressured. But just take little steps. And pay close attention to the people in your life. Do they lift you up? Do they support you? Or do they hinder you? Right. Because you don't need to be around naysayers. Also, your surroundings. Also, your physical health. Get some rest, exercise, eat better. Don't freak out. This is just a warning, right? This whole thing with this Seven of Swords twice at the center. Don't sabotage yourself. Don't be around people that try and sabotage you. Be careful and awake to avoid any further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. Especially when you're trying to do something, you have to put healthy boundaries around that too. And make sure that you put yourself around people that enforce it, that reinforce it, right? Not that talk you down or naysayers. Because some of you are dealing with sabotage coming externally. It's definitely here. It is a warning. And Spirit's also provided the way out, right? When you're busy focusing on you and doing what your intuition's telling you to do, you ain't got time to pay attention to all of that. 0404 in the comments. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Namaste.